Okay. I was going to upload a video on this subject matter, and I still will because I've already done the video. But I want to do a video on this comment left on City Crush's video first. Okay. So the video is called Russell Brand is getting me to for having a great sex life. And the person who left this comment is called Ray12127. This guy is a garbage, lizard-brained subhuman. You're a subhuman, Ray. You're a hostile, lizard-brained subhuman. Well, it's up to you if this. Well, it's up to you if this was done to your 16-year-old daughter, whether you'd be mad about it or not. Okay, so I don't get to have a 16-year-old daughter because I've been deselected. Boom. Okay, so I'm not high status enough, so it's not a concern of mine, right? Okay, all right. Has that been Alice, who has now branded the alleged star's behaviour as grooming? Who cares whether she is branded as grooming, right? She could brand it as UFO abduction. Okay, doesn't make it so. So I'm gonna explain yet again mating dynamics. Okay, right. So when I was 16, I was mostly deselected. Okay, and I was so desperate at that age, okay, that I actually went with a violent girl who actually hit me. Right, she was very sexy, right, and she loved thuggish men, and she went with me for whatever reason for a short time, and she was hitting me. Okay, okay, normal girls, right, they were bypassing me, right. They're bypassing me and they're going for the older boys and older men and men with status and cars. Okay, so this Alice, okay, she was 16. She had boys her own level, her own status, her own stage in life, right? And she bypassed them, ignored them, went for Russell Brand instead. It was her choice. She has agency. Yeah? You see how that works? Okay. So anyway, so what ends up happening is they call it grooming, they call it inappropriate, right? But it's the women, the girls, the females who choose the higher status men. So it's on them. Okay. She called it relationship grooming, claimed that throughout the relationship he referred to her as the child and gradually become controlling and then emotionally and sexually abusive. Okay. Right, so that doesn't mean anything. Emotionally in this section, how was he? Did he rape her? Did he slap her around? Did he call her mean names? Okay, so I don't trust anyone who, a person who lacks the self-awareness, insight, and honesty to go, yeah, I was 16. I wanted a famous person. I went for the high status person. I ignored boys my own age. Right? How can she call it grooming when she went for him? Right? She went for him. She knew he was like in his early 30s. Right? And it's not grooming. 16 is not grooming. You see, they're watering down the word fucking grooming. Like 14, 13, 12, 10. That's grooming, right? This is not grooming. I'm fucking disgusted at scumbags like you watering down the word grooming, right? She claims that Brand even once forced her to have oral sex with him despite her repeatedly refusing. Well, she should have went to the police right away then, right? Okay, boom. I, I was sat up in the bed against the headboard and he forced his cock down my throat and I couldn't breathe. You should have bit his cock then, if this is true. You know, cocks are actually quite delicate, right? It's actually quite dangerous to force cocks down someone's throat unwillingly. So I don't believe that, to be honest. That doesn't sound realistic. It was choking me and I couldn't breathe. Bite. There's something called a bite reflex. I don't believe you. Okay, and I was pushing him away, and he wasn't backing off at all. Right, source, trust me, bro. She told the investigation she claimed he told her, "Oh, I only wanted to see your mascot on a run anyway." This sounds like the sort of sadistic rape porn that women get off on. So she's projecting a rape fantasy onto him before proceeding to get on top of her, held her mouth open and drool inside it. She recalled gagging as he held my mouth shut and made me swallow it. Okay, okay. If you believe this nonsense, you're a fucking moron. You're a moron. You're a moron. You know. Okay. For for me, thank God, some people, including males, are repulsed by a grown man doing this to a young girl. Right. So you fucking scum fuck low life piece of shit. You're implying that we're not repulsed by rape. You're a fucking scum fuck. You're a scum fuck. Right? If this actually happened, I would actually be repulsed by this. Okay? Right? I would be repulsed by this, but it didn't happen. I don't think it happened. It didn't happen. You can't prove it. It never happened. A woman who lacks the self-awareness to take responsibility for her own behaviour and call it grooming. Again, she bypassed boys her own age. Those boys her own age, or boys a couple years older. Boys begging, 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 begging to be with her. Begging. Kind, compassionate, humane boys begging. Absolutely fucking begging, who would love to be with her. Right? Okay. So she's the creep and groomer. She's grooming older men with status and money and taking advantage of them, right? If you're not interested in someone for the chemistry and the innate personhood, you have no business getting into a relationship with them. Period. Period. So it's on the woman. So she lacks the self-awareness. She calls it grooming. So therefore, I don't fucking trust her, whatever she fucking has to say. It's that simple. It's that simple. And there's something called a biting reflex. A biting reflex, like literally, like for a rape, like for a rapist to force a blowjob on someone, they would have to have a knife and gun, right, and have to point it at the person. Jesus Christ, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it. Like whatever, whatever. So we live in an era of Me Too. Women lie about this stuff all the time. Okay, all the fucking time. Rumor spreading, story, fantasy, rape fantasy, fan fiction being made up about these people. I just don't believe it, and I don't have to believe it. I don't do listen and believe. And look, women, especially feminist women, but women in general, there's two types of women. There's indifferent women to men, don't really help men, and there's hostile women to men, right? And there's enough hostile women against men for me to go, yeah, I've got no duty to believe this stuff. There's a track record called of repeated lies and smears. Okay, right. So yeah, teenage girls who go for high status men are fucking scum. They're disgusting. They're sleazy. They're creeps. They're groomers. Right? Like, over and out.